Hello. Today I'll guide you through a small, enchanting town nestled on the shores of a beautiful lake, Lake Garda. We'll take a slow walk together and enjoy a quiet conversation along the way. And don't worry, we'll also stop for an Italian coffee and an Aperol Spritz. Do you see the beauty all around you? What do you think? Wow, oh God, it's so beautiful here. Torri del Benaco, the romantic heart of Lake Garda. If you are looking for a place where history blends with turquoise waters and the scent of olive groves, Torri del Benaco is your destination. Torri del Benaco is a hidden gem of Lake Garda. This picturesque village on the Olive Riviera offers incredibly beautiful views that look as if they were taken from a 19th century postcard. Torri del Benaco is one of the most charming towns on the eastern shore of Lake Garda. It offers a perfect combination of medieval history, romantic corners, and a peaceful atmosphere that is less hectic than in neighboring resorts. A walk along the lakeside promenade offers breathtaking views of the opposite shore and the surrounding mountains. Sitting in one of the waterfront cafes with a cup of espresso or a glass of local Bardolino wine is a must-do ritual for every visitor. While relaxing with a glass of Aperol Spritz on the lakeside promenade, breathtaking panoramas of the mountains and the lake unfold before you. Lake Garda is the largest lake in Italy, and it is loved by travelers from all over the world. They are, in fact, two completely different worlds, north versus south. In the north, Riva del Garda Torbola, the landscape feels like Norwegian fjords. Mountains drop steeply into the water, strong winds sweep through the area, and it becomes a true paradise for windsurfing, sailing, and climbing. In the south, Sirmione, Lasise, Desenzano, the lake opens up into a wide basin. Here you'll find top-class amusement parks. The most famous is Gardaland, with roller coasters, an aquarium, and the movie-themed Movieland. For families, ideal places are water parks like Caneva Aquapark or Parco Cavour, while animal lovers will appreciate the safari park, Parco Natura Viva. The shoreline is lined with olive groves, vineyards, and historic towns. It feels warmer here, and the atmosphere. This old village is popular, yet still not overly affected by mass tourism. The historic center consists of just one long cobbled street, Corso Dante, intersected by tunnel-like passageways and lined with stone palaces. Torri del Benaco is a charming resort located in the heart of the Olive Riviera, where the narrow part of Italy's Lake Garda comes to an end. Its center is formed by a picturesque historic district, with narrow streets and a small harbor. The name of the village, Torri del Benaco, Towers of Benacus, refers to the three towers and fortifications that were built here, as well as to the ancient Roman name for Lake Garda. The Romans established the first outpost here, but the impressive castle walls were constructed centuries later. During the Napoleonic era, Torri del Benaco was the site of a naval battle between the Austrians and the French, and it became part of Italy in 1866. The atmosphere of a walk through the old town is enhanced by small boutiques, shops selling local olive oil, and family-run trattorias, where the aroma of freshly caught lake fish fills the air. Torri del Benaco is often described as one of the most hidden gems on the eastern shore of Lake Garda. While crowds of tourists flock to nearby Malcesine, Bardolino, or Sirmione, Torri preserves the authentic atmosphere of an old fishing town where time seems to have stood still. In the historic center, made up of cobbled streets and colorful facades, it's easy to relax and reflect. You'll truly experience La Dolce Vita. Make sure to pause for a moment during your walk. Try the Italian ice cream gelato, an excellent Italian coffee, or a lemonade made from local citrus fruits. Simply sit down and soak up the atmosphere of this old Italian village on the shore of a beautiful lake. Today the sun is shining, but a very strong wind is blowing, and quite large waves are forming on Lake Garda. Today's weather is ideal for adrenaline water sports such as kite surfing and windsurfing. These sports are very popular here on Lake Garda. The lakeside promenade is lined with artworks made from iron rods. Each sculpture has its own design and represents, for example, a man throwing a discus. The area around the lake has a unique microclimate, thanks to which things thrive here that usually grow much farther south. Lake Garda is the northernmost place in Europe where high-quality, extra virgin olive oil is produced. On the eastern shore, the light red wine Bardolino is born, while in the south, you'll find the excellent white wine Lugana. In local restaurants, be sure to taste fresh lake fish, such as trout, or the rare carpione. Your walk will lead you to the Baroque Church of Santi Pietro e Paolo. Inside, the church has a single nave, four side marble altars dedicated to St. Philip Neri, Madonna del Carmen, St. Anthony Abbot, and the Madonna del Rosario, as well as a main altar originating from the previous structure, featuring a banner depicting the Madonna and Child between Saints Peter and Paul, a work by the Brescian artist Sebastiano Aragonese. You can also admire the ceiling vaults with frescoes by Veronese artists Felice Cappelletti and Gualfardo Lapella. Above the entrance, there are also organ pipes from 1743, which are still functional today. Outside the church, on Piazza Chiesa, you can then enjoy not only an espresso, but also breathtaking panoramic views of the lake and the surrounding mountains. The dominant landmark of the town is the imposing 14th century Scaligero Castle, Castello Scaligero. The Scaliger family was the ruling dynasty of Verona at that time. Unfortunately, not long after its completion, the castle was attacked and conquered by the Visconti, a rival ruling family from Milan. Today, it houses an ethnographic museum that documents the history of local fishing and olive cultivation. A unique feature is the castle's greenhouse with citrus trees, Limonea, dating back to 1760, one of the few preserved and still functioning of its kind along the entire lakeshore. Torri del Benaco is a small and relatively quiet lakeside village located north of its larger and livelier neighbors, Garda and Bardolino. Torri del Benaco is an ideal starting point for many interesting excursions, for example, to the charming and famous Italian cities of Verona, Venice, and Milan, or to the majestic mountain range of Monte Baldo. Torri del Benaco is also an important transport hub. Ferries for both cars and pedestrians depart from here to the town of Toscolano Maderno on the western shore. By boat, you can travel across the lake to any village or town along the shores of Lake Garda. The boats on the lake operate both as sightseeing cruises, where you can choose a scenic circular route, and as public transport, allowing you to travel wherever you wish. Another option is to rent a motorboat from one of the many rental services and explore the lake at your own pace. Simply put, to explore the entire lake and its beautiful shoreline villages, you don't actually need a car at all. The heart of Torri del Benaco is its small, sheltered harbor, Porticciolo. It is filled with colorful wooden boats called bisi, which local fishermen have used for generations. The picturesque shell-shaped harbor is lined with historic buildings and cafes. Would you like to go for a swim and relax on the lakeshore? No problem. Let's go to the beach. Heading north, you'll find quiet pebble beaches with crystal clear water, perfect for refreshing yourself on hot summer days. The beaches in Torri del Benaco are pebbly and known for their clean, transparent water. Among the most popular are Sbocco Valle Rondina, a public beach close to the center with good facilities. Another beach is Sunset Beach, located right below the castle and famous for evening drinks at sunset. There is also Lido Brancolino, a paid beach towards Punta San Vigilio for those looking for more privacy and comfort. There are plenty of beaches here, and everyone can easily find one that suits them. Today, however, thanks to the strong wind, the lake is rough. Lake Garda almost looks like the sea. Swimming is definitely not a good idea today. Keep walking and relax. And don't forget, Torri del Benaco is the romantic heart of Lake Garda. Ciao!